We live in our modern society with an utopia, which I call the material utopia, in which we believe that we could be perfectly happy and well as long as our external context is perfect. When my work will be fine, when my body will be healthy, when I would have enough money for what I want, and so on, I will be fine. And based on this view, which is not only from today, it's something that comes from thousands of years actually, we believe normally, it's not an intellectual process, it's a more spontaneous process, we believe that we suffer out of three things. And we could actually take all our suffering and somehow divide it into these three things. We believe that we suffer because we don't have what we want, because things are not as they should be. I suffer because you do not do what you should do. I suffer because you do not act in the way how you should act. I suffer because I don't have what I wanted, and so on. So very often we suffer because we cannot have our object of desire, because things are not as we think they should be. We suffer because things are in the way how they shouldn't be, in the sense that because we enter into situations that we don't like. No? In other words, we suffer because we cannot have what we want. We suffer because we have what we don't want. Physically, socially, all situations that we don't like. And we suffer because we need to separate ourselves from what we like. Normally, these are the three main points we could put together into all of this. When we have something that is pleasurable, we don't want to separate from it. And when we separate, we feel bad about it. When we want something that we cannot have, we suffer about it. When we enter into a situation that we think shouldn't be there and we don't like it, we also suffer about it. Okay? So, very often we live our life as a victim. I cannot have what I want, I need to go through situations that I don't like, and I need to be separated from what I like. Through that view, in order to be happy, we need to be able to have what we want, we need to be able to avoid what we don't want, and we need to be able never to separate from what we like. Three illusions. Because none of this is actually possible. The more I have, the more I want. We cannot avoid everything that we don't like. And it's impossible not to separate from what we like, because everything is impermanent. Clear? So actually, we don't suffer because of these three things. The real reason is that I don't suffer because I cannot have what I want. I suffer because I want what I cannot have. I don't know if it's clear the difference. In the first case, I am a victim of the world. In the second case, I am responsible for my own state of being. Because basically, I have what the causes and conditions allow me to have. All the interaction that I have done in my life and together with the others and everything else brings the present to be as it is. It's like when a leaf falls from a tree. The leaf falls, and it falls on a particular position. And if we ask ourselves, why has this leaf felt there? Not 1 centimeter to the right or another millimeter to the left. Why has the leaf felt exactly there? Is it random? The position that the leaf falls? Or is it the result of a very complex interaction between causes and conditions? There is the temperature, there is the wind, there is the atmospheric pressure, there is the child that was playing under the tree that threw the ball that hit the tree, there was the little insect that was eating the leaf that made it fall at that moment. There is the whole process of the development of the tree in many thousands of years, in which the tree developed a certain shape of the leaf, and so many other things that make the leaf to fall into that perfect position. I believe that the position in which the leaf falls is not random, it's perfect. Perfect intended that due to the causes and conditions and all the interactions that came, it couldn't fall into a different position. it would not be possible. Okay? Following that same logic, is our life perfect? Or is it random? It's perfect. I am perfect, you are perfect. This doesn't mean that we don't have conflicts. This doesn't mean that we do not suffer. It means that what we are now, due to the causes and conditions that have come up to now, we couldn't be different. But we have consciousness, which allows us to interact in a way that we choose in the present moment. So what I am now, I am perfect, intended that I couldn't be different, seeing the causes and conditions that have come. And someone may ask, but what if that have happened in a different way? Then sure it would be different now. But it didn't. But in the present moment, I can act in a particular way that will determine, that will make a difference on how things will happen afterwards. Okay? So, this is what we call karma, what we call this interaction. And life in the present moment is perfect. The conditions that we have, it is what it is. We have no control over the conditions, over the surroundings, over the other people. We have no control over anyone. The only thing where we have control is our actions. What I do, what I don't do. Do I say or I don't say? Do I go or I don't go? According to the choice, you have a very different result coming out of it. Okay, and we have this on every moment of our lives.